Hi, welcome back to the Gemara on Pehei Amud Aleph. Amar Mar, quoting a piece from a writer that came before, Yachol afil shalom achmat hamaka, Talmud lamar rak. You might have thought that even if it's not as a result of the makah, you would have to pay Talmud lamar rak. That's why it uses the word rak in the pasuk rak shivto yiten v'rapo yirapeh. Shalom achmat hamaka ba'ikra. Do you need a pasuk to teach you about lo machmat hamaka? Amri. My shalom achmat hamaka. What does shalom achmat hamaka mean? What does that phrase actually mean here? Kidatanya. Haresha avar al divrei harofeh. V'achal dvash o kol minei mitzika. Mipnei shedvash v'kol minei mitzika kashin lamaka. V'hahela makato gargutni. So this is a case where the person didn't listen to the orders of the doctor and ate honey or some other sweet things because honey and other sweet things are bad for the wound. And therefore this condition called gargutni emerged. You might have thought that you had to heal the person in that case. Talmud lamar rak. So yes, we did need a pasuk to teach us that this particular case is considered shalom achmat hamakeh, and you do not have to pay in that case. Parenthetically, the Gemara asks, "My gargutni, amar Abaye nata krichta." It is dead flesh. Maya sute. How do you heal this dead flesh condition? And the answer is ahala v'kira v'kalba, aloe, wax, and resin. V'i amrle asyach ana. And if the injurer says to the injured, "I'll heal you," amrle dimitalai ka'arya araba, then the injured should say in response, "You are like a crouching lion, like a lion about to attack me." V'i amrle maitina asya de magan b'magan. If the injurer says, "Oh, I'll bring you a doctor who will heal you for free," amrle, the injured should respond, Asid magan b'magan, magan shaveh. A healer who heals for free is worth nothing. V'i amar, maitina lecha asirachika. And if the injurer says, "I'll bring you a doctor from far away," amar le, then you should say back, you the injured should respond, asirachika ena avira. Far away doctors, blind eyes. And hopefully you'll remember that we read Rashi about why it is not good to have a doctor from far away. V'i amar le, sorry, this should be I amar leheach. If the other one says to him, meaning now the injured is speaking to the injurer. So he says, give it to me, meaning give me the payments, and I will heal myself. Right? Don't pay the doctor's bills, just pay me, and I'll go out and get healed. Amar le, then the injured should respond, Pashata b'nafshecha v'shakalta minai tvei. You will be negligent about yourself and take more money than necessary for me, meaning you'll go for a cheap doctor and you'll keep the difference for yourself. The amrle kotze miketz. And if the injured says, "Okay, so set a limit for me of how much money you'll be willing to give me," amrle, so then the injurer says back, kol sheken depashata b'nafshecha. Then even the more so that you'll be negligent with yourself, right? If I only am willing to give you a certain amount of money, you'll have to spend even less than that on your medical care in order to be able to pocket the difference. But karoli shor hamazik. And they will call me a damaging ox. My reputation will be injured. My reputation will be damaged because everyone will think that I do damage and don't repair it. Tana, we have a Tanaitic teaching. V'kulan mishtalmin b'makom nezek. All of the payments get paid in a place where there is also nezek. So in addition to the nezek payment. Menahani mile, from where are these words? Amar Rav Zvid Mishmei Rava, Amar Kra, Petza Tachat Petza, Liten Tsar b'makom nezek. The words Petza Tachat Petza teach that we have to pay tsar even in a place where there is nezek. Haimi baile, but this is necessary for it. We're already using this pasuk. L'rabot shogeg k'mezi v'ones karatzon, to teach that we treat shogeg and mezi the same in these injury cases. And we treat ones and ratzon the same. Shogeg is by accident, mezid is on purpose, ones is when you're forced to do something, and ratzon again is to do it willingly or on purpose. Im ken nichtov kra petza b'petza. If so, let the pasuk say petza b'petza. My petza tachat petza. What does it mean to say petza tachat petza? Shma mina tarte. We learn from here both. So going back to our image in class, this is the double-headed charger. We learn both of these meanings from the pasuk because of the specific way that it's phrased. Rav Papa Mishmei de Rava Amar Kra, Verapo Yirapeh, Liten Refuah V'makom Nezek. This is the proof text for giving the payments of refuah even in a place where there has been damage. Haimi Baile. but this pasuk is already being used. Look at Tana Debei Rabbi Yishmael. Tana Debei Rabbi Yishmael, Rapo Yerapeh, Mikan Shnitna Reshut L'Rofeh L'Rapot. We saw this earlier. The idea that Rapo Yerapeh means that doctors have permission to heal. Im ken nichtov kra v'rofeh Yerapeh. But if that's the meaning of the text, then the pasuk should say Rofeh Yerapeh. Shma mina liten refuah b'makom nezek. The fact that it's phrased this way and not Rofeh Yerapeh means that you pay refuah even in a place where there's damage. The akati mebayele. Still, this pasuk is necessary for it. It's still being used. The Keda Amran, as we said before, Lamitne Bekrab Ripui, to repeat the word Ripui twice to teach you that we pay refuah even in places where we don't pay shevet. Im ken lemakra o rapo rapeh o yirapeh yirapeh. But if that's the correct reading, then it should use the same word twice. My v'rapo yirapeh, shma mina liten refuah b'makom nezek. What is the meaning of Rapo Yerapeh? Why is it phrased specifically that way? To teach us that you give refuah in a place, even in a case where there's also nezek. All of this talking about doing the payments in a place where there is nezek means that we must also find them in a place where there isn't nezek. So what is a case? Where do we find these things in a place where there is no nezek? Tzar k'dekatani. Tzar, as we learned earlier, as was taught in our Mishnah, tzar ka'o b'shipudu masmer. You were burnt with a brand or hurt with a nail. Va'afil al tziporno, and even on your fingernail, makom she'ino oseh chabura, a place where no wound is created. Ripui, zehavakai v'le midei, something hurts. V'salik, v'aiti le'samach harifa, v'achvarei lebisra. Sorry. That you got hurt and v'salik, it gets better, and then someone brings them a charif drug, like something that is literally hot or spicy, and it bleaches his skin. So it's a kind of damaging ointment. And then you would have to bring the person a drug, an ointment that restores the color of the flesh. So that's a place where it's just ripui without any of the other payments. Shevet zahadke being drona, uvatle boshet uvatle. Shevet by itself is a case where you lock the person in a room and just made them not work. And boshet dirak leva ape. Boshet is a case where you spit in the person's face. Okay, we'll stop.